Do you know why real conversations feel awkward now? You walk into a room full of people, friends, coworkers, classmates, and yet it feels empty. Not quiet, not silent. Empty. Everyone's there, but their attention isn't. Their heads are bowed, their thumbs are scrolling, their eyes lit by tiny blue screens. You catch someone's glance for a second, but they look away. You think about starting a conversation, but your voice feels too loud for a room that's drowning in silence. Why does it feel awkward just to say hello now? Why does looking someone in the eye feel like a confrontation instead of a connection? Because real conversations have become rare, and what's rare becomes unfamiliar. What's unfamiliar becomes uncomfortable. And the most tragic part? It didn't happen all at once. It slipped in, gradually, silently, softly. One notification, one meme, one scroll at a time. Think about the gym. If you stop using a muscle, it weakens. If you stop lifting, you lose strength. Conversation is no different. The pauses, the reading of facial cues, the back and forth flow, the unpredictable rhythm, the vulnerability, the boredom, the silence. All of that is part of the art of conversation. But we've replaced that with curated highlight reels and 15-second clips. Instead of sitting with someone and discovering who they are, we watch bite-sized versions of their lives. We don't practice being present anymore, and so the conversational muscle atrophies. We forget how to be human with each other. On social media, you can edit, you can filter, you can delete, you can retake, you can rehearse, you can present yourself in the best possible light. In real conversation, there's no backspace, no time to retouch. It's raw. And for many of us now, that feels terrifying. We've been trained to manage impressions more than manage relationships. And so, when we sit face to face with another person, we don't know what to say without a script. We feel exposed, we feel unprepared, we feel awkward. But it's not because we're awkward people, it's because we've spent more time performing than connecting. Social media has taught us to respond instantly. Heart, like, laugh, cry, swipe. But real conversations don't move at that speed. Sometimes you sit in silence, sometimes you stumble, sometimes you say the wrong thing and have to apologize. The real world isn't built on reactions, it's built on responses. Thoughtful, slow, clumsy, meaningful responses. But our minds have been conditioned to expect immediate engagement, instant validation. So when someone pauses to think before answering, we feel rejected. When there's a lull in the conversation, we feel uncomfortable. We've mistaken performance for presence, speed for sincerity. When you're online, you get to choose what people see. But in a real conversation, your laugh, your facial expressions, your pauses, your nervous habits, they're all exposed. And we've learned to be afraid of that. Vulnerability is the price of connection. But we've become so used to avoiding risk that we forget. Deep friendships, love, understanding, all of it requires showing up fully, flaws and all. It feels awkward, not because it's wrong, but because it's real. You're not imagining it. Your attention span has shrunk. Your anxiety has increased. Your ability to tolerate silence has decreased. That's not a personal failing. That's by design. Social networks are built to keep you scrolling, not thinking. Every second of video is engineered to grab you, hold you, reward you, make you feel seen, entertained, outraged, addicted. That means your brain is constantly shifting gears, adjusting to fast cuts, short bursts, emotional spikes. And then when you sit across from someone at dinner and they take 5 seconds to finish a thought, your brain panics. It wants to swipe. But real connection requires patience, depth, focus, stillness. We have to rewire ourselves to make space for it again. The more perfect everything looks online, the harder it is to accept reality. We compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reels. So when you have a real conversation and your voice cracks, or you say something weird, or there's an awkward pause, you feel like you're failing. But you're not failing. You're being human. What feels awkward is actually authenticity in action. We have to unlearn the idea that connection should be flawless. It should be real. Boredom used to be part of relationships. You'd sit in the car quietly, walk without music, wait for a bus, and just look around. Now we fill every second with stimulation. And when we don't, it feels like something is missing. But shared boredom is actually intimacy. It's knowing that you don't have to entertain or impress each other to be together. The silence isn't empty. It's space. It's breathing room. It's trust. And we need to remember how to be bored again, together. Real conversations aren't just about words, they're about presence, about eye contact, body language, energy. And silence is part of that. We've grown so uncomfortable with silence that we fill it with noise. But silence isn't awkward, it's honest. It says, I trust you enough to sit here with nothing between us. We need to relearn the art of silence. So how do we fix it? We don't need to quit technology, but we do need to get intentional. Leave your phone in your pocket. Ask someone how they're really doing. Pause and wait for the answer. Let there be awkwardness. Let there be silence. Let it be clumsy, because that's where the good stuff is. That's where we grow. We are not broken. We're just disconnected, distracted. But the ability to connect, it's still there, waiting. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present.